A very good afternoon to all of you. So, in
Good
continuity
afternoon.
with the last class on the topic of antimicrobial agents and their classification, so we had supposed to discuss about the introduction and the different classification of antimicrobial drugs and the classification based on different parameters. So, with the continuity of that, little bit I would like to focus that what we have discussed about the classification, that classification of antimicrobial agents based on the chemical structure, type of organisms to be killed, and antimicrobial agents. Then based on chemical structure, there are several antibiotics like sulfonamide, B-lactam, tetracycline, and etc. So, and how they are classified on the basis of a spectrum of activity, then type of action, mechanism of action. So mechanism of action, that was very important, and it's very important. It might be asked in your interim examination as well. So mechanism of action was classified into five. That is due to inhibition of cell wall synthesis, then cause leakage of cell membranes, inhibit protein synthesis, then inhibit DNA gyrase, then action as antimetabolites. So I think that we were discussing about penicillin, or we have discussed penicillin. So anyone can say, or otherwise we start from the penicillin group of bacteria. So I think that we have discussed about the penicillin, where the beta lactam ring we have
Yes,
discussed.
sir. Yes,
Oh,
sir.
then how these peptide chain are were cross linked. So I'm just going to share these slides to all of you. So we are discussing over the penicillin. So how these penicillin uh, they binds to the penicillin binding protein that present on the bacterial cell membrane and inhibit the cross linkage of cell wall, and hence forth the blockage of peptidoglycan synthesis, and how after the blockage of peptidoglycan synthesis the cell dies. Then next, coming over the types. So now there are different types or different variants of penicillin along with the time as the microbes get accumulated with all these kinds of antibiotic drugs. With the gain of resistance, we have also advanced these drugs in a higher level, like penicillin G, then penicillinase resistant penicillins, then extended spectrum penicillins. So in penicillin G, they have side chain of benzyl group. They are generally active against most of the gram positive bacteria, then the gram negative bacteria. So penicillin G is mostly active against gram positive bacteria. Then after the second generation of penicillin came into existence with the research and development, it was the penicillinase resistant penicillins. So it is resistant against penicillinase that is released from the bacterial cell membrane to neutralize this penicillin. Okay. So beta lactamase producing bacteria. So what does bacteria do? They produce beta lactamase enzyme. So they just inhibit the beta lactam ring, and henceforth these uh, bactericidal agents are not able to bind with the PBP, and so why these bacteria can resist these antibiotic substances. Then extended spectrum penicillins are very much sensitive. They are against wide range of bacteria like gram positive and gram negative bacteria. Example, ampicillin and amoxicillins. So these two, the penicillinase resistant penicillins and extended spectrum penicillins are the recent variants, are and also semi-synthetic in nature, that are synthesized in lab from the existing naturally antibiotic substance penicillin G, that is synthesized from the Penicillium notatum. Then next is, what is the coverage of penicillin, how penicillin G, where penicillin G works, or how much effective, to what kind of groups of microbes involved with the group of penicillin G is gram-positive cocci like streptococcal infection, or if fish is suffering from any streptococcal infection or bacillus or corynebacterium or spirochetes. And there is one genus that is gram-negative cocci, is Neisseria. It also inhibits the growth of these bacterium and can kill. But the penicillinase resistant penicillin, they can inhibit or kill the Staphylococcus genus as well. And the extended spectrum penicillin includes the cidal action of E. coli Haemophilus that cause ulcerative syndrome or ulcerative disease in case of fish, Salmonella, then Proteus. So these are the species that is also found in different animals, humans, as well as in aquatic vertebrates, including fish. So what are the side effects of the administration of this penicillin? Is the hypersensitivity reaction like rash or itching. So you might have studied about the hypersensitivity reaction in your immunology class, that there are different kind of hypersensitivity reaction, and it is divided into 4: type 1 hypersensitivity, type 2, type 3, and type 4. So hypersensitivity reaction in common way we can understand about like rash, itching, convulsions. So these are the common hypersensitivity reaction that can be observed in case of fish. But delayed hypersensitivity reaction or type 4 hypersensitivity reaction is absent in case of fish. Then if we see the pain, then we can observe when if penicillin is injected into a fish, it may cause thrombophlebitis. So thrombophlebitis of injected vein. Then oral penicillin can cause nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. Then it may cause toxicity to the brain as well, like mental confusion, convulsions, and unidirectional movement. Okay, so do you have any confusion with this slide?
हेलो
Yes. If
तो
anyone
सर
having,
ये सब सिर्फ हेलो
yes, please.
सर ये सब जैसे ओरल पेनिसिलिन का नोजिया वोमिटिंग और डायरिया ये सब फिश में ही होगा या सिर्फ
पेनिसिलिन, इवन डायरिएटिक कंडीशन होता है फिश में भी, जिसको हम लोग ट्रेलिंग फीकल कास्ट बोलते हैं. With the time being, we will come to know when the disease of finfish and shellfish we will study in the, I think, in 8th semester. इसलिए मैं बोलता हूँ कि ये जो aquatic animal health management है, it's very interesting topic. So even if you will go through all these course content, this is very much related with the aquatic vertebrate. Few of the species that are zoonotic to the mammals as well. Okay. तो जैसे हम लोग बोलते हैं थ्रोम्बोफ्लेबाइटिस, यहाँ पे जनरली इन केस ऑफ इंडियन कंटिनेंट we do not use vaccination, isn't it? But in case of Norway or Scotland, where the salmon culture is going on, they do vaccination also in their juvenile fishes. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
So in that case, where there is the injection of these drugs, it is delivered by the injection, so there may be cause of thrombophlebitis. Then not vomiting. In case of vomiting, what we say vomiting, so you can say regurgitation in case of fish. बोलते हैं ना निकाल देना मुंह से, तो वो रिगर्जिटेट करते हैं, बार बार एक फीड को लेंगे और बार बार निकालेंगे। तो उनके दो प्रोसेस होते हैं, ठीक है। एक रिगर्जिटेशन होता है व्हेन द फीड साइज इज वेरी मच बिगर, जब वो स्वेल कर रहे हो, और दूसरा होता है कि जब वो ले रहे हो और वो वोमिट के रूप में यू कैन ऑब्जर्व, जैसे कुत्तों में भी तुम लोगों ने देखा होगा डिफरेंट वर्टिब्रेट्स। सो डायरेटिक कंडीशन क्या होता है, जब जो फीकल कास्ट होता है, जो ट्रेलिंग फीकल कास्ट होता है, वो एकदम you can observe in case of fish as well. Generally in case of viral infection we can observe it like VHS. So they have a VHS means viral hemorrhagic septicemia, that is caused by virus. Then it causes trailing fecal cast. So with this sign and symptoms we can assume that there might be some kind of viral infection. But as a fish, so we can't come on to the conclusion, but this is the type 1 kind of diagnosis. So as BK Das sir told you that what type 1, type 2, type 3, these are the diagnosis. So how we proceed with the diagnostic procedure and techniques with the time frame and
sir
हाँ yes
thrombophlebitis मछली में होता है?
No, in case of us also. कभी कभी देखते हो कि जब इंजेक्शन हमें इंजेक्ट किया जाता है कहीं पर, तो क्या हो जाता है, वो एरिया स्वेल कर जाता है।
यस सर।
और वो क्यों होता है, if a nurse or any doctor is not well experienced, ठीक है ना, तो वहां पे क्या होता है, थ्रोम्बस फॉर्मेशन हो जाता है।
यस
ठीक है। सो थ्रोम्बोफ्लेबाइटिस मीन्स it is the inflammatory response caused due to the blood clot at the muscular site, इसी को हम लोग थ्रोम्बोफ्लेबाइटिस बोलते हैं। ठीक है, वो देखोगे गांठ जैसा बन जाता है, गॉट। सो इन केस ऑफ फिश एज वेल, यदि आप लोग जब इंजेक्शन जब आप लोग ब्लड ड्रॉ करते हो कभी कभी, तो कभी कभी उसमें स्वेलिंग आ जाती है उसके मस्कुलर, जनरली ये मस्कुलर टिश्यू में जब हम लोग इंजेक्ट कर रहे होते हैं ना, तभी ये होता है। तो खैर ओवरऑल आई थिंक ये तुम लोगों को समझ में आ गया होगा मैं क्या बोलना चाह रहा हूँ।
ओके सर।
यस।
आ गया? नहीं आया तो मैं फिर से उसको ये करता हूँ।
नहीं हो गया।
आ गया सर।
ओके, देन दिस इज द बीटा लैक्टेमेज इनहिबिटर्स। सो सम ऑफ द बैक्टीरिया प्रोड्यूस बीटा लैक्टेमेज एंजाइम एंड these enzymes cause what, hydrolysis of these beta lactam ring, and so that the antibiotic activity of penicillin or beta lactam drug is destroyed. So how these beta lactamase, the bacteria who produce beta lactamase enzyme within their cell membrane, how they neutralize these beta lactam group of antibiotics, so you can observe. So it is about them only, that this can be prevented by two inhibitors, either the clavulanic acid and the sulbactam. So there are two inhibitors that can be used. Then these are the enzyme with beta lactam ring but has no antibacterial activity. It combines with the lactamase enzyme and thus prevent the destruction of lactam ring. ठीक है, ये क्या होता है, क्लेवुलेनिक एसिड और सल्बैक्टम से जब इनको कोपुलेट किया जाता है तो ये लैक्टमेज एंजाइम से डिग्रेड नहीं हो पाते, बिकॉज दीज क्लेवुलेनिक एसिड एंड सल्बैक्टम दे बाइंड विद द लैक्टिमेज एंजाइम। ठीक है, और जैसे ये लैक्टमेज एंजाइम से बाइंड कर गए, दीज बीटा लैक्टमेज इज नॉट एक्टिव मच मोर देन they neutralize the beta lactamase enzyme, and this penicillin acts much more specifically and much more widely. Then we were discussing about the on the basis of the mechanism of action, that is the cell wall inhibitors, cell wall synthesis inhibitors. So that was the first penicillin. Second one is cephalosporin. So these are the similar action to penicillin. These are also bactericidal in nature. Same is synthetic antibiotics derived from cephalosporin C, obtained from fungus, that is called Cephalosporium. So in that case of penicillin is derived from Penicillium notatum. Cephalosporin is also derived from a fungus called Cephalosporium. So you can easily observe the beta-lactam ring. So why these antibiotics are grouped under the beta-lactam groups. Then there are different classification on the basis of their upgradation of antibiotics is first generation, second generation, third generation, and the fourth generation after the discovery of this penicillin. So we will not go into the deep. So just you check the different name of these penicillin and cephalosporin derivatives are cefuroxime, cefoxitin, cefaclor, then cefuroxime, axityl. Even though you might see when you are taking antibiotics, so you just check what are the contents in that. So you will come to know that in which group this antibiotic is made up of. So these are the third generation and these are the fourth generation antibiotics. So we will directly go into the, so what might be the side effects of this cephalosporin? Same, the pain or intramuscular injection, diuretic condition, hypersensitivity reaction, or nephrotoxicity, means kidney failure may occur in case of long duration if it is used for a longer duration. Then vancomycin is also highly effective against gram-positive bacteria, gram-positive cocci especially, used for serious infections, and these are drug of choice when the staphylococcus are methicillin resistant or penicillin resistant streptococcus. So this vancomycin is upgraded version of beta-lactam group of antibiotic that can kill methicillin resistant staphylococci and penicillin resistant Streptococcus pneumoniae. In case of fish, this is the Streptococcus ini that cause streptococcosis. Then what are the side effects? It is the same. Most of the drug of beta-lactam group having the nephrotoxicity, then hypersensitivity reaction. So these two you can remind for this group of antibiotics. So these two sign or symptoms or side effects are the basic side effects that found throughout this beta-lactam group of antibiotics. So now second, those drugs which inhibit protein synthesis, which are they? They are tetracycline, chloramphenicol, very important, aminoglycoside, and macrolide. Among these four, the two, tetracycline and chloramphenicol, was indiscriminately used by several farmers in case of Andhra Pradesh. But now it is banned there. Even a 1 microgram of chloramphenicol present in the fish muscular tissue can it can cause destruction of the whole stock. Due to export in inspection agency, they just deny, or the other countries, other importing countries, they just decline all the stocks even if chloramphenicol is found, even in a 1 microgram, single microgram within a fish tissue. So they can simply deny to accept those stock. So chloramphenicol, tetracycline, macrolide, and aminoglycosides are the group of antibiotics that acts by inhibiting the protein synthesis. So they have a different mechanism of action. So you just check here how these 4 antibiotics they act. This is very much important group. Tetracycline, even in case of aquaculture, we use tetracycline antibiotic that is commercially available on the name of terramycin. Okay, so how the mechanism of action takes place? Chloramphenicol, how they act? They bind to 50S rRNA and inhibit formation of peptide bond. Okay, so when they inhibit the peptide bond, the protein translation process abrupts. The protein translation process get disturbed. Then erythromycin binds to 15S RNA and prevents movement along mRNA. When these protein translation occur, these erythromycin binds to 50S RNA. So the chloramphenicol and the erythromycin, they bind with 50S rRNA, but in case of chloramphenicol, they bind 50S rRNA at a particular site that inhibits the formation of peptide bond. But in case of erythromycin, it is the 50S RNA that prevents the movement of mRNA. So protein translation gets stopped. In case of tetracycline, they interferes with the tRNA anticodon reading of mRNA codon. So I hope that you might have well known about the transcription and translation process from your +2 level books. So how streptomycin changes? So streptomycin also, they change the shape of 30S rRNA and cause mRNA to be read incorrectly. So once the rRNA is read incorrectly by mRNA, the protein synthesis also could not occur at a right place and at the right time. So this is the tetracycline. Why the name is tetracycline? Because it have a nucleus of 4 cyclic rings. You just see, have nucleus of 4 cyclic rings, so named tetracycline. This is the broad spectrum antibiotics, and the first tetracycline to be obtained was chlortetracycline. So this is very much important. You please write down on your copy that first tetracycline to be obtained was the chlortetracycline. This is the bacteriostatic in nature. So division of tetracycline, it is also class 1 like tetracycline and oxytetracycline. Many farmers, they use oxytetracycline as a growth promoter in case of shrimp farm or fish farm. So how oxytetracycline they act as a growth promoter? Can anyone say? Do you have knowledge about this? That oxytetracycline is also used by the farmers as a growth promoter drug. But the practice of using oxytetracycline is very dangerous. Do you know? So we will discuss it in the last. So you just remind me after the finishing of this class. So class 2, methacycline. Then class 3 is doxycycline and minocycline. So coverage of tetracycline is gram negative, gram positive, spirochete, chlamydia, rickettsia, ant amoeba, mycoplasma. So why these tetracycline are also called broad spectrum antibiotics? Then what are the indications? This is the drug of first choice in any case of infection because this is the very broad spectrum antibiotics. Then like atypical coccus infection or vibriosis in case of shrimp farms, rickettsial infection. Then drug of second choice is to penicillin for Clostridium or actinomyces. Okay, so where the penicillin, sometime penicillin is not working, so the second choice of drug where penicillin does not work well, we can use this antibiotics, but specifically for Clostridium and actinomyces species. So what are the side effects? It may cause hepatotoxic. It has the ability to cause nephrotoxicity, and tetracycline also gets deposited in the bone. Then next, chloramphenicol. So chloramphenicol is also a broad spectrum antibiotics. These are the nitrobenzene substitute and bacteriostatic in nature. Then initially obtained from Streptomyces, now synthesized chemically. So what is the coverage of chloramphenicol? What kind of microbes being treated with the help of this chloramphenicol are the gram-positive cocci and bacilli, gram-positive, gram-negative cocci and bacilli, and chlamydia. ठीक है? So it is very useful in case of enteric infection, Haemophilus infection, or the topical application. In case of aquapharms, the topical application of this antibiotics is not used as well, because topical application, do you know about the topical application? Topical application means the use of antibiotics rubbing on the surface of the wound. So it is not usually done in case of aquafarms. Then what are the side effects? It may cause bone marrow depression as they accumulated within the bone tissues, cause thrombocytopenia. It also cause, in case of other antibiotics, it may cause hypersensitivity reaction. So what is thrombocytopenia? I hope you might know. सभी सो रहे हैं या फिर मैं अकेला बोल रहा हूँ?
सर प्लेटलेट से रिलेटेड होगा।
क्या होता है प्लेटलेट में?
मतलब उसी से रिलेटेड होगा।
The number of thrombocytes, yes, the number of thrombocytic cells become decreased and the cell size also. ठीक है? Thrombocyte कितने होते हैं? How much percentage of thrombocytes?
हो जाएगा सर।
छोड़ो हटाओ। Then aminoglycosides. पढ़ने की जरूरत है तुम लोगों को थोड़ी सी, ठीक है? Then aminoglycosides. Aminoglycosides are bactericidal in nature. These include neomycin. I think ये सब तुम लोग नाम सुने भी होगे probably, नहीं? Neomycin, gentamicin, tobramycin, amikacin, streptomycin. So these are the drugs, but these drugs are not generally used in case of aquaculture, and there are only two drugs, two antibiotics are allowed for the application in case of aquaculture. So neomycin is also broad spectrum antibiotic. इवन कि तुम लोग देखते होगे टॉपिकल एप्लीकेशन हम लोग घाव के टाइम में नियोमाइसिन पाउडर लगाते हैं. Am I right? So
yes sir.
Yes. So that neomycin is. So this therapeutics in aquaculture is very interesting. Along with your pisciculture, the piscine drugs, you will also come to know the drugs what you use on daily basis. So, but cannot show effectivity against Pseudomonas aeruginosa. This species also cause infection in case of fish, like Pseudomonas aeruginosa cause fin rot and tail rot disease. Pseudomonas aeruginosa, ठीक है ना? Then gentamicin. So this is the mainstay in the treatment of serious gram-negative bacilli infection. Then tobramycin, amikacin, it is very semi-synthetic. So this is the knowledge for you that there are several medicines, they are grouped in different categories, but prior to use in aquaculture, you must know that what kind of antibiotics are allowed to treat in the aquatic tanks or ponds. नहीं तो क्या होगा, it will, the microbes will gain resistance against that antibiotic drug, and it may cause serious problem with the human health. ठीक है, क्योंकि बहुत सारे ऐसे डिजीज हैं, बहुत सारे ऐसे एक्वेटिक माइक्रोबायोटा हैं जो हैं तो पानी में, but they are opportunistic pathogen. At the same time they also cause human infection sometimes. So those bacterium which gain antibacterial resistance, and once you will get infected with those kind of bacterium which gain the antibacterial resistance, then the antibiotic will not work furthermore if you use those antibiotics for your cure. So where to use gram-negative bacillary infection? It may cause septicemia. If the septicemia is there, abdominal sepsis is there, or dropsy, you can say. Dropsy is caused due to Aeromonas hydrophila in case of fish. Then bacterial endocarditis. It is the inflammation of inner layer of heart. Then side effects is
में क्या होता है सर?
हाँ
तो सेप्टिसेमिया में क्या होता है सर?
सेप्टिसेमिया मतलब हो गया सेप्टिक कंडीशन, सेप्सिस. सेप्सिस मीन्स होता क्या है, व्हेन देयर विल बी पस फॉर्मेशन और द वुंड, ओपन वुंड, और वो गैंग्रीनस हो सकता है. जनरली हम लोग यदि उसको बोलेंगे सेप्सिस या सेप्टिक, तो इसका मतलब होता है कि सेप्सिस मीन्स कि सर्टेन केमिकल्स लाइक हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं, साइटोकाइंस, दे आर रिलीज्ड इनटू द ब्लड स्ट्रीम टू फाइट एन इन्फेक्शन. तो वहां पस फॉर्मेशन होता है. जब न्यूट्रोफिल्स लार्ज अमाउंट में एट द साइट ऑफ वुंड आ जाते हैं तो पस फॉर्मेशन होता है, सेप्सिस होने लगता है, ओपन होने लगता है, दैट इज नॉट गेटिंग क्योर्ड. इसी को हम लोग सेप्सिस बोलते हैं या सेप्टिक बोलते हैं. Bacterial endocarditis. Okay. Then side effect is nephrotoxicity, neuromuscular paralysis. So how I don't think that that much depth is needed for you, but you must know the major group of antibiotics like macrolides, tetracycline, chloramphenicol. So all these are the major classification or the groups and how they work. What is the mechanism of action of these antibiotics, you must remind. So macrolides, again, these are the bacteriostatic in nature. These are the protein synthesis inhibitors. They are compounds having macrocyclic lactone ring, where the deoxy sugars are attached. And deoxy sugars found where? कोई बताएगा? DNA. तो these are the compounds having a macrocyclic lactone ring to which deoxy sugars are attached. तो इसमें deoxy sugar जो है attach होते हैं. Includes erythromycin, then clarithromycin and azithromycin. ये erythromycin भी frequently use किया जाता है farmer के द्वारा.